Bilmuri and A Day to Remember both teaming up for a new song called Always Let You Down. Now, I don't know what to expect out of this. I've been following A Day to Remember for a little bit here and there, and Bilmuri, they're quite new to me, and been interested to see what's going on with this new song that's come out. Either way, let's get straight into it.
Welcome back to the BBL Bilmuri Battle League. We are live in John's backyard for the championship bout. There is a smell here in the air tonight, and I think it is John's butt crack. Coming in from a terrible loss at the Ohio Corn Cob Deep Throating Contest, we got John from Ohio. 5'3", weighing 110 pounds. No human has touched that crack in years. Anyways, introducing our returning champion, Jeremy from California. 10-time champion, handsome, huge balls, tall as shit. I don't think John has a chance.
Hey, why do you keep doing this shit, man?
I don't know. I just love it.
I don't need a reason to drown in the deep end. I told you, don't pull me out. I know I would beat it. I broke you to pieces. I told you to have your doubts. When will we realize we'll never get back that time? I'm never gonna meet you right in the middle. All those years you waited, I wasted. I don't wanna be the bad guy no more. Say it, you hate it. I don't wanna be the one you stay for. Tell me you don't want me around. I'll always let you down. Cause so
All right, so I'm already a little surprised by a little bit of this. So the intro of the music video itself, honestly, I'm gonna leave it in there because honestly, I thought that was really funny. Actually, it had like a whole it's like a backyard wrestling setup, and but they're doing a medieval knight LARPing type of thing going on, and it's just very funny to see that. Now, as I said, I'm more familiar with A Day to Remember. I've been listening to them for a few years now. Bilmuri is a band that I don't know how long they've been on the scene. I want to say fairly recently they've been out, but again, I don't know because I don't have that extensive history. But I can tell you what I do like about both these bands working together is the fact that both of the lead vocalists, their vocal sounds are both very, very distinct, which I think helps to actually really set apart that novelty in terms of this collaboration. I mean, you in metal usually you get a lot of when you're getting more of the harsh vocals from two different vocalists. Usually they could probably sound a little bit probably the same in my opinion, but it also could be the case that depending on the vocalist. I mean, if you had someone like get out there. But if you had like Alex from Slaughter to Prevail and Will from Lorna Shore working together on a collaboration, I think that would be awesome if they would do that, because they both have two very, very distinct styles of harsh vocals, which I love. And the same is true for this video in itself, is that both of the vocalists, their voices are both very distinct from one another, so it helps when they're doing their switch-ups a lot in terms of bringing in novelty in each and every different part of the song. And then the instrumentals in the background too are just freaking awesome. I mean, like, this is something I could see myself jamming out to for like hours and hours on end, even probably on repeat, which I don't do that very often, by the way. I don't put songs on loop. I don't do songs on repeat very often.
Closer to closure, and I'll be a stranger now. I know what it takes to break a good soul. I know 100 ways to let go. Can't even count the days that you owe. All those years you waited, I wasted. I don't wanna be the bad guy no more. Say it, you hate it. I don't wanna be the one you stay for. Leave what's left of us in the ground. Same Mercedes. Tell me you don't want me around. 'Cause I'll always let you down. I know what it takes to break a good soul. I know 100 ways to let go. Can't even count the days that you owe. All those years you waited, I wasted. I don't wanna be the bad guy no more. Say it, you hate it. I don't wanna be the one you stay for. What's left to us in the ground? Say we're saving. Tell me you don't want me around. 'Cause I'll always let you down.
Incoming high energy moment. So I don't know how many people actually notice this, but the way I do. But honestly, whenever I'm listening to a Bilmuri song, this is the second one that I've listened to as of to date. I'm probably gonna check him out more because honestly, I feel like I'm sleeping on him a little bit. I feel like there is a little bit of a country twang with the way his voice sounds, and then the instrumentals also kind of give me that country-esque feeling, like that country rock that a lot of bands are starting to move into a little bit more nowadays to help diversify rock and metal as a whole. It's getting to be very, very uncommon, especially with more and more primarily I'd say country artists hitting the scene and getting into rock and diversifying themselves as well. I mean, I think Jelly Roll actually started out in country, and there's another one. Hardy, also a huge freaking figure in the country and the rock scene now, just making freaking headlines and just selling out huge freaking arenas, and it's honestly ridiculous how big some of these names have gotten, even just in rock itself, which I know country itself is probably a bigger genre than rock. That's just the way things are. It's the reality of the situation. There's just a lot of genres out there that are doing a lot better, pulling a lot bigger crowds than rock. But overall, this is where I will thrive the most at, and I love what a lot of these bands are doing with their collaborations. Especially looking at guys like, well, bands like Falling in Reverse in particular, who are starting to work with a lot of other people outside of just the rock genre. Like now they're working with Tech Nine and Jelly Roll, and then they're working with other people in like the death metal scene, Slaughter to Prevail, Hardy, one of their freaking newest songs now. And it's no different with like Bilmuri. They're starting to work with other people, well, right now within the rock scene. I haven't taken a look at some of their other stuff to see if they've worked with people from other genres, but I know that they're doing a lot more collaborations with bigger bands. I think I forget the name of the song right offhand. Maybe somebody will remind me in the comments, but there is one song that they did fairly recently where Noah Sebastian did these screams in particular in one part of the song. Can't remember the name right offhand. I'll probably remember it after this, but I'm really loving it. But let's see what they got here in store for us.
Some faces are meant to be. Life's too short to waste on me.
Just like that. They just cut the energy.
Cheers. Cheers. I can't get it to my mouth. Next Thursday? For sure.
And there you have it, an outcome that everybody knew was gonna happen. Jeremy reigns supreme and handsome as always, and little piss boy John pissed himself extra hard tonight in front of a wonderful crowd. How do you think it went tonight, Gabby?
Pretty much how I expected, I would say. I saw some blood.
Anything from you, Will? Will just gets so damn emotional at these things. So join us next week in Jimmy's backyard for BBL. And check out Cryptid Hunters, link below.
BBL. Let's go.
Wait, what is that?
Don't worry
Maybe
about
they'll
it.
turn this into an actual. Bilmuri and A Day to Remember. This song Always Let You Down. Freaking absolutely amazing. I loved a lot of the energy with this song, and they just did so much right, which I just feel I feel like this is gonna be one of those collaborations that does really well. As of 13 hours of this video being out, almost 100,000 views, and it's absolutely crazy to even think that a rock or a metal band in terms of today could reach those numbers at that speed. But A Day to Remember, they've been around for a little bit, and Bilmuri, I think, are also getting quite a bit of traction now. I love a lot of what they did with this song in particular. I mean, a lot of it was clean vocals all the way through, but it was very, very, very catchy. And both the singers' vocals just complemented each other back and forth. And and the song honestly had traces of both bands in there, even when it comes to just the instrumentals, which I think is very, very hard to capture nowadays. Usually when you get collaborations, in my experience, they usually one band style kind of overshadows the other, but this one was very, very, very well balanced. And then even especially towards the end, which I found very interesting, that they just let it up into a breakdown. They did the really hardcore, the really hardcore hyped up breakdown, and they just cut it off right at the end of it, and it was just like a very steep drop off. And I think they did really good with it. I think honestly, sometimes I feel like that's what people want now, especially the younger crowds when it comes to rock and metal, is they just want the high intensity parts, the highest energy parts, or at the very least they want those parts first, and then you show up the rest of the finished product, if that makes sense. And I've experienced that myself with some of the newer metal that I'm listening to, where the beginning of the song is probably one of the more hyped up bits of the song, and then they will usually bring you on a roller coaster throughout the whole thing. But overall, that's an awesome song. I'm putting it on my freaking playlist. That was absolutely worth it. Even if I'm not, even if more my music taste is leaning towards the higher, more hyped up ends of rock and the harsher stuff. And yeah, I think you should get that on your playlist too. Check it out wherever you're listening to music at. And as always, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Leave a like, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.